Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader here from Mr. Topstep with your Monday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, I hope everybody had a good weekend. This is a 15-minute chart of the E-mini, and just want to briefly look at the overnight trade, which is basically non-existent. Really tight range, 2-3 handle range overnight. We're trading between the daily pivot there, 1458.92, 1451.92. This is a December. These are all December numbers. At least on my technical analysis, and for just about everybody that I know that trades futures, everybody's in the December contract now. I would completely suggest that you be in the December contract as well. You see there on Friday that we did another high up at 1468. We've worked about 13 handles off of that. So, what am I looking at today? Well, the 3-day pivot's going to be important down there at 1452. You see that's kind of where we initially launched from in the overnight session there on the Europe Open on Friday. Then we made a lower high during just before the Open, and then we kind of just ripped it right off the Open. Made what maybe is a reactionary high. It looks like a very reactionary toppy 15-minute candle there, and then we worked it off for the rest of the day. But there's a lot of questions. Was Friday kind of a walk away? Today's a holiday for some people. It's Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year today. Or are we exhausted? And we'll pull it out on the daily here in a second. But I'm looking at 1452. If we break 1452, then we've got double pivots down at 1440 half. That's the 9-day and the 20-day pivot sitting down there. But that's a long way to go. But that said, we've run a long way. Okay, this right here was a long way to run. Okay, so this isn't such a long way to fall if things start to, if momentum starts to build on the downside, and you're one of these people that caught this down here, although I really believe a lot of this is short covering. But let's assume for a minute that you were long. If you start to see a lot of these profits evaporate, and you're one of these people that are looking for much higher levels in the 1480s, 1500s, you're going to start to get off the bus. And once a lot of people start getting off the bus, this late bunch in here is really thinking about getting off the bus. These people that bought here, they really want off the bus. And I think a lot of them are already off the bus. But when we get down into this area, if we break 52, these people are going to want off the bus real quick. Okay? And that could bring us down to the 9 and 20-day pivots. Okay, let's go out to a daily chart and talk about some longer term stuff. Okay, here's the daily. We've been outside the Bollinger Bands for basically 2 sessions. We're back within the Bollinger Bands technically, but we're really going to have to see how we close today. We could still close outside the bands. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. Now, I'm looking at a few things. We're really extended now off of the 200-day exponential moving average down at 1348. We are 120 handles above that exponential moving average. That is about, I hate to say things like that's about as high as it gets, because that's not true. But in the recent trade, it's about as extended as it's gotten, and that's not me calling a top. Although I'm not one not to call tops. We're getting very extended with respect to the 200-day exponential moving average, and that's a big metric that I follow with respect to mean reversion. Okay. The other thing is the 45-day pivot today comes in down at 14. Adjusted for today's trade, it comes in at 14, 16, 17. So from peak price, you're already 50 handles. So, and at some points on Friday, we had just about gotten near 65 handles, which is very it's past stretched, it's into overbought. And once you get past 70, it's something that I tell my subscribers and the people on the IM, I call it crazy town. And that's when things really, really, really get overbought. So I think the risk is to the upside, and I would begin to start to think about getting out of these longs. If you're long and you've been making money the last 3 or 4 days, if you've been making money these 4 green candles and you haven't taken profits yet, you need to take profits. You need to stop this video and take profits right now because you're being greedy. Okay? You're in this to make money. This is a business, and you are in the middle of a fantastic trade. So please profit from that trade and take some profits. Okay? And if you have been taking profits, continue to take profits and just trade in and out of it and see how it goes. But be very mindful that we are very extended off of some very key metrics when it comes to mean reversion. Okay, let's do quick support and resistance. Current trade 1455 on the upside. You got daily pivot 1458.92, then 1462, 1464 quarter, swing high 1468, 1473, 1477, 1482 half. On the downside, 1453, 3-day pivot 1451.92, 1450.65, 1447, 1443, double pivots 1440.58, and then 1439.92. Okay, everybody have a great day. Mike Vacchi, Princeton Trader here for Mr. Topstep. Trading well. I'll see everybody tomorrow morning with another webcast.